Hey Heather, hope all is well. Let's have a look. I want to turn that down. Right, let's see what we got. Yeah, kind of hard to tell from this angle, to be honest, but yeah, pretty smooth. A little bit of a bottom out, but kind of hard to tell from back there, to be honest. Right, let's have a look at. So that's that bottoming out that you don't get away with quite so much with the safety bar. Yeah, and that's the thing with the safety bar as well. There's a tendency to, when you do bottom out with a regular barbell, like you just pull harder. There is a tendency with the safety bar, because you can almost like steer yourself and you can kind of twist a lot easier. It's actually pretty well controlled on the way down. I think it's a lot of his familiarity with the actual with the safety bar itself. But again, yeah, what it is with that one is there is that tendency to pull. So you've got two options. You either need to pull the handles completely in against you, okay, almost elbows back, or they need to be way out in front, where it's really obvious then whether you're going to start pulling on it or not. Again, you'll kind of cut it out early, or it needs to be braced right up against you. Decent weight though. Decent weight, that's for sure. Right. Let's see how they look with a lighter weight. Yeah, I mean, your handle position's pretty neutral on those. Yeah. We're getting the work done on the legs, which is the important one there. There's not a huge amount to pull up on those. It's pretty solid. So I would like this week now to start very slowly drip feeding the high bar back into the equation until we're sure that shoulder pain's gone, and then we'll go from there. Nice. So let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, if we want to have a little bit more, the shoulders are down nicely, feet are in a solid position, heels are always down. That's good. Yeah, wrists don't buckle. Nice, good single. Personally, I know it's not the easiest with you traveling and stuff at the moment, but I'm always a fan of benching in heels. I just can't see a downside to it. And if you did get a judge that was going to be a right picky asshole, they might pick you up on that not all of your heel was on the ground. Again, they got to be some kind of prick to go through that, but you know what they can be like. It's nice. It's a nice, easy, smooth single. Good hold. Hips came through really strong there, but you actually. So at this point here, okay, you're actually sumoing this, okay, whereas in a couple of these where it's turned into a little bit more of a conventional in terms of like a real swing through with the hips, whereas in this one you're keeping the bar close the whole time. It's the knees driving back that's actually doing the movement for you. Right, now let's see what happened. Yeah, you've tried to pull that rather than push into the floor. Because the fact that, so when you've gone through this, okay, there's absolutely no movement happened at the knees at all. All the movement is trying to be done through here, and particularly lower back. So that's why you'll see, as the rep's going on, the only thing that's starting to break down is the upper back and mid back, okay, because your upper back and mid back trying to pull all the time, okay, and they're getting yanked out of position, whereas what you'd expect from something like, for a sumo rep to have not gone well like that, okay, you'd expect the knees to wobble, okay, or the knees to simply just fire back a little bit too early and leave the person kind of hunched over the bar. Yeah, that's definitely where you try to pull that one, but still it's uncharacteristic to say the least. Yeah, right. So when it comes to the programming going forward, okay, I've put weeks 5 and 6 in your Dropbox, but they are to be adjusted. I think I'm going to drop back the volume on the deadlifts a little bit. Okay, I still want to keep those top singles in there just to sort of, so we got some kind of measurement for where you're at. But yeah, I do want to drop a little bit of volume back, because at the moment there's the bench and the squat are managing okay, and the deadlift is the one that's kind of falling back. And I know generally, as a rule, what we've done before is you can keep the intensity pretty high, and the volume down a little lower, and it's generally come out okay for you. Okay, so you can aim for that bottom end, if that makes sense, in regards to volume on the deadlift. The not being well, the weight loss, the fatigue, the everything else, I genuinely think would be very, very beneficial to potentially book in and try and get another appointment. Yes, stress is a huge one. Yeah, like I get it. And stress for a lot of people, I think a lot of people do underrate how much stress can wreak havoc. Um, but you know, it seems a bit of just a bit of a all of a sudden kind of switch, and then really some traveling, some late nights and early mornings is stressful, but I wouldn't expect it for someone like yourself to have such a drastic kind of response, really. Like it just seems to have come across a little bit too sudden, along with it screwing up other kind of functions and stuff as well. So again, I would really recommend potentially trying to get another appointment in there. Blood tests, don't go in there screaming and shouting, demanding everything, but it seems a little bit more than stress. Obviously for you, in the meantime, the way to get around that is really make a conscious effort to sleep and eat as much as you possibly can. Think about things like your sleep hygiene when you are away in these hotels and stuff like that. Turn the heating down. You want the room as cold as possible. The blinds, draw the blinds, okay, noise and stuff like that. Try, black, even stuff like eye masks and stuff like that, and earplugs, because in a hotel you don't really have a say of what's going on. Little things like that might just help that little bit. Or there's an app that I don't know if this would suit you or not, but there's an app that I use quite regularly called Tide, and basically it's a lot of people sleep better to light background noise, so complete silence allows them to, means they kind of get in their own head a little bit, and their kind of head races when they can hear themselves and they're in complete silence. So something like basically makes you place it like under your pillow, or under your pillow is usually going to be the best one, and it will create sounds that you choose. It'll be things like, like a campfire kind of like crackling in the background, or the waves, or white noise for some people, and basically it'll play until the phone basically detects no more movement, i.e. that you are asleep, and then it stops again. And then about half an hour before you're due to wake up, it'll gently start playing those noises again, slightly louder and slightly louder. So it's a bit more of a gradual kind of dip off and come out, rather than sort of like insisting on this, hit the pillow and clonk out kind of thing. I will make adjustments to the program. I want to reintroduce high bar during this week a little bit. Any pain at all, anything above, God, let's just say a 5 out of 10, any kind of pain like that at all, stop straight away. Okay. Give me some feedback on sort of how it feels after you've done it, and then we can have a look at that later session in the week for that going to high bar as well. But again, we'll kind of see how that first session of the week goes. Again, I'll drop the deadlift volume down, but the structure is going to be very much the same. If you're having issues getting any of this in, or you're not going to be in the gym for a while or anything else like that, let me know and I can make those adjustments today when I'm at the computer. All the best.